All right, welcome to the Explainer. So today we're going to dig into what might be the most important part of learning any new AI tool, that final, crucial step where you learn to use it on your own terms, without a safety net. Okay, let's dive right into this quote because it gets to the absolute heart of the matter. That moment when the lessons stop being so structured, it can feel a bit weird, maybe even a little uncertain. But here's the thing the source material makes super clear. That feeling? It's not a bug. It's a feature. It's totally deliberate, and it's an essential part of your growth. So this whole final phase of learning, it's designed to be more open-ended, and that's on purpose. It's a very conscious shift, moving you away from just following instructions and pushing you towards practicing real, genuine independence with the tool. And what's really crucial to get here is that we're moving way beyond just prompts and outputs. The real goal? It's all about developing your professional judgment, knowing when to step in, when to tweak a response, and this is a big one, when to just stop and say, you know what, this is good enough. That's a way more valuable and transferable skill than just knowing the ins and outs of one specific piece of software. Okay, so this whole journey to independence, it's not about just throwing you into the deep end and hoping you can swim. No. Instead, it's broken down into these manageable daily challenges. They're all designed to build your confidence, one step at a time, without those rigid step-by-step instructions. So you can see here, this 5-day sprint is basically designed to gradually pull away the structure. You start by applying your skills to something new, and then you build all the way to a final reflection. And each step is really pushing you to rely more and more on your own decision-making. Okay, so on day 22, the focus shifts to a skill that's, well, it's a huge cognitive leap. It's that moment you stop being a passive user and you become an active problem solver. Instead of just getting frustrated when you get a weak response, the really effective users, they treat it like a puzzle. This is way more than just fixing a prompt. It's about figuring out that gap between what you intended and what the AI actually understood. And what's so powerful about this is how it completely demystifies the problem, right? Most of the time, a weak output isn't random at all. It usually comes down to one of these 5 common issues. And once you can put a name to the problem, like, oh, it's missing context, or the tone is way off, you're already halfway to solving it. And this just perfectly illustrates the solution in action. A vague prompt like, help me improve my communication skills. That's just going to get you some generic, totally unhelpful essay. But a targeted instruction, one that specifies the context, like workplace email, and tells it exactly what you want, like 3 concrete examples, bam, you get something useful, something you can actually act on. It really is all about clarity. So all of this is building toward a really critical part of the journey. Because even though this phase is designed to be challenging, you're not just left out there to navigate it completely by yourself. Yeah, the source material puts this direct reminder in here for a very good reason. This phase, the one that's challenging and a lot less structured, that's exactly when a little bit of expert guidance can be the most valuable, It helps you push through that feeling of, am I doing this right?
And seriously, a brief check-in can make all the difference. So if you're feeling stuck, just remember that resources like PathfinderCampus.ca, well, they exist for this exact moment. Their coaches and mentors are there, and they offer free initial consultations that can help you get your confidence back, confirm you're on the right track, and really get you over that final hurdle to true independence.
Okay, so this entire journey, it all comes together in a final capstone challenge. You get to choose a real, meaningful task, something from your own work or life, and then you and only you decide how or even if you should use AI to help you out. And that is the true definition of success right there. Look, it's not about writing the perfect prompt every single time. It's about owning the entire process, from picking the task all the way to calling it done. It's about trusting your gut and trusting the skills you've been building this whole time. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important point of all. As we start to wrap up, let's kind of zoom out for a second and think about the ultimate purpose of this whole journey. Because honestly, it goes way, way beyond any single tool. Yeah, this was never really just about mastering ChatGPT. It was about building these tough, professional skills that you can take with you into any task with any tool. It's about learning how to think more clearly, how to use support systems in a smart way, and, most importantly, how to always, always maintain your own professional judgment. This right here, this is the key takeaway. You've got to think of these powerful tools as partners in your thinking process. They're amazing for drafting, for organizing your ideas, for exploring different options, but they are not the boss. The final decision, that judgment call, that always belongs to you. So, as we close this out, I want to leave you with this question. Remember, the goal was never just to master a piece of software. It was to sharpen your own intellect, to enhance your own capabilities. The tool is ready to go. The real question is, what problem are you going to solve with your judgment?